Welcome back to Upper Michigan. Today we're here with Sheriff Seibert to talk about emergency preparedness. Now let's start with this shovel. Why is it small and why should we keep this in our cars?
This is a basic kit. If you live up here, everyone should have what I have in this, and I carry it throughout the year, winter, spring, summer, and fall.
Because we could honestly get a blizzard May 1st.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's stuff easy, it's not real expensive, and it's handy. You can throw it in your trunk, and if you need it, you have it. But some of the things I have, of course, I found this, it's a small shovel, it fits in the trunk. If you slide off the road, you know, you have to have something to dig out. And that small one, it doesn't take up a lot of room and it's very effective. Of course, the jumper cables, you know, and it always happens when it's cold and when you're not expecting it. So have some jumper cables in your trunk. I have this bag I keep in, and it's almost as old as I am, but it has the basics.
Yeah.
Here's the blanket. A small blanket that keep you warm. If you do get stuck and you're going to be in the elements for any amount of time, that will help. Water. You have to keep hydrated. It's very important to have some water. Leave a little bit of space because it's going to freeze and then thaw, and you don't want it to explode inside your car. So water is essential. Matches. You want to be able to make a fire if you're, you know, somewhere in the woods and you're able to get outside. But with that, somewhere here, I have a candle. In my next
It looks
bag.
like you've got some snacks in there too. Because again, if you're stuck on the side of the road for quite some time, that could make a major difference, especially if you're going to have to shovel out heavy snow or maybe
How many times have we seen a news report and people, they've been missing for 2 or 3 days and they're on some berg at the end of a road, and you know what? They survived because they had pogey bait, what my dad used to call it when he was a Marine. But snacks, you know, it's easy, it stays for years, and it's good. Another thing, a flashlight, you know, and make sure it's charged, your batteries are good. I always carry a spare battery for my cell phone, that if the phone goes dead, and of course you need the card or the cord to charge it and that type of thing.
Yeah, especially if you're needing to call somebody for help or to let somebody know where you are, that you're stuck on the side of the road, you're not going to make it.
Yeah. I always have this very pink, and it gets people's attention.
Yeah.
And I would put that somewhere on the outside of the car, be it the car handle, door handle, the antenna, or somewhere, and just make a big display so people can see it. And you see this, someone on the side of the road, and this is hanging out from the car. That usually indicates that there's some trouble there. One thing I didn't bring in, but it serves a dual purpose, is a cat litter, a 25-pound bag of cat litter. I keep it in the trunk of the car or the truck, and it gives you weight in this type of weather. It's nice to have that extra weight, and if you do get stuck, you throw it under the tires after you dig out, and it'll help it propel the wheels to get out of the conditions.
I'm going to be taking that hot pink tape tip with me because that's something I actually never thought about before. I've never thought about. I drive a white vehicle, so if I were on the side of the road in a blizzard, I would be completely invisible and already poor visibility conditions. If you take a look at your screen right now, you can see, you know, most of those items that Sheriff Seibert just listed right there in your winter emergency preparedness kit. Honestly, we can call this not even just winter emergency, just general Upper Peninsula preparedness.
Absolutely. These things are in my truck at all times. I have to go down to Lansing. I've been, you know, I'm from the Detroit area originally. I came up here 1976. I went to Northern. I've been back and forth. I wish I had a nickel for every time. I'd be a rich man. But and there have been times where I've been off the road. Probably broken down in almost every little city and burg between here and Detroit at one time or another. So, and these things, and thank God Dad told me, but these were the things that back then, when we didn't have cell phones and, you know, we didn't have the information, but I've always had that, and it has saved me many times.
Now, Sheriff, you might not have the data on this, but I'm just curious, when you're responding to crashes in wintry conditions like this, do they tend to be people from out of state, people that aren't used to these conditions, or do you get a lot of local people that think because they've been doing this their whole lives that they can just continue speeding and driving like nothing's wrong?
Yeah, it's usually the locals.
Yeah.
People who are going to be going 6-8 hours. You know, nowadays with instant information that we get from NOAA or from the different stations and that type of thing, you can pretty much tell there is going to be a storm and they're not going to take that chance. But I would say probably even 85% of the people are locals who think, yeah, I can make it from here to there. And that once they get out there, you know, just between Marquette and here, the elevation out here, it's crazy, the difference. And we had maybe 5 or 6 inches in Marquette, and it at least doubled, and the roads much worse. So within 15 minutes, the conditions totally changed, and you have to be ready and prepped for that. If you're not, you're going to be in trouble.
I'm not really surprised by that data, to be honest, but as Yoopers, come on, we can do a little bit better. Let's all drive slow today. Be cautious when we're out on the roads. Let's not even go out on the roads unless we absolutely have to. I'm going to have to get on the roads. Obviously, I have to get home from work at some point. So if you do have to go, I just want to wish you some safety, and now is a good time to plug the TV6 and Fox 2P weather app as well, because you can turn on your push notifications and get updates about any changes in weather, what's happening in your area just at the drop of a hat. It's super simple, so that will keep you updated. It will keep you informed. I wanted to thank you for your time and for your information this morning, Sheriff.
Yes. I'm always happy to be here.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure. We do have more to cover here on Upper Michigan today. We're going to take another commercial break, but when we come back, we're talking more about how Marquette County crews prepare for weather like this.